All right, friends, here we are back at it with another video vlog of my large family of 10, and we are camping. This is kind of a bigger camping and travel vlog that I've done. It's about 19 minutes long, but it has some beautiful scenery, some large family antics, and a lot of how we feed our family of 8 children and mom and dad while we're out on the road exploring and adventuring. So if you're up for that, let's go, let's get started. Here we are setting up our campsite at the beautiful Blanket Creek in Revelstoke, BC. My hubby is truly the star of the show when we go camping. It is his baby, right? He drives, he sets it up, he does so much. Tonight he is even making our camp chili, or his camp chili, for our dinner tonight. It is his specialty. It is so delicious. It's one of our favorite meals, and we always love to enjoy it when he makes it for us camping. It's so special. After dinner, I love to go for a walk around the campsite and to just get acquainted with our surroundings. It is gorgeous here. Nature walking and just being in the outdoors is something that our family truly enjoys, and this place was spectacular. It really is the perfect ending to a long day of travel. You know, traveling with kids can be such an event, and traveling with 8 kids and 2 dogs is a long day. So this was a perfect end to our day of travel. Day 1 of our trip finds us with a big old cup of coffee, some sausages and eggs. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour around the place. Here is some mementos from home. We still have shoes. It's still a situation. The pups are up. They are ready to go. And here is just a little bit of a fridge and freezer tour about what we've packed, what we've brought for the next few days while we're camping. Lots of eggs, lots of milk, as much fresh fruits and veggies as I possibly can cram in here. Lots of protein, lots of sandwich meats. More fresh veg, some yogurt, and cottage cheese are such a staple in our fridge at all times. So here we have a little bit of a snack and condiment tour. I think I'm actually a mother of hobbits right now. We've got some teenagers in the house. We've got some middles in the house. And it's like you finish one meal and we're already on to snack time, and we're already on to 11Cs and tea and all of that good stuff. And it's wonderful, but you know, you're constantly shopping and you're constantly cooking with a big brood of 8 like I am. So you just saw a bunch of our frozen food, the frozen berries, the beef patties. Now we are going to see a bit of our snack cupboards. We've got a lot of cereals in here, some dry oatmeal because I am going to be having that for breakfast with the kids. Lots of cookies and popcorn, and of course pickles. We love pickles around here. If you love pickles, drop it in the comments below. Anyways, back to breakfast and then on to our adventure. We knew my husband had to do about an hour to maybe like 45 minutes of work this morning. So we went to our favorite coffee shop in Revelstoke and fueled up on cookies and some of our favorite coffee. I popped into the grocery store but realized I forgot my wallet at home, so Kyle ended up going back in there. While we were there, we enjoyed this beautiful park. Kyle did some work, and then when Kyle and I connected here, we realized that we could not do this day without the stroller that we forgot. So a quick, search on Marketplace, we found a jogging stroller, took it to a bike shop that changed our tires immediately, and for a cool $75, we now had a stroller to help us wrangle kids and dogs for the rest of our adventure for our trip. all of that kind of exploring and jumping around and getting a stroller kind of ate up the rest of our day. So we came back to the campsite, made some buns. Unfortunately, I didn't get any shots of what we had for dinner outside of just some wieners in a pot. But we had hot dogs for dinner and then decided to cool off at what we assumed was a pool, but it actually turned out to be like this little man-made pond. It's beautiful here and gorgeous. Like, oh, I fell in love with it. They had like volleyball nets and picnic tables all around. There was a great place for the kids to go play. And then that evening, when I say it literally was a 5-minute walk to the waterfalls, it was a very easy 5-minute walk, and it was so beautiful, you guys. Oh, we had a great time. My little daughter, one of her highlights from this summer is talking about how she climbed to a waterfall and got to touch the water. Day 2, we fueled up on apple pie oatmeal. It's so yummy. You just chop some apples coarsely into your oatmeal pot, and while it's simmering, it softens the apples. You can add cinnamon on top or even sprinkle a few raisins. Pumpkin seeds are also delicious for a little bit more protein. And that's how we fueled our morning. Now, our kids have wanted to come here for a long time. They saw reels on it on Instagram, and they have been curious about coming to the Enchanted Forest ever since. So I know the Enchanted Forest is not for everybody. I will say, I believe it's incredibly niche. It's definitely whimsical here, and I want to read to you what it says on the back of a mug that we bought. Situated in an old growth forest, this unique attraction appeals to every age. A stroll through this magnificent place will lead you through a magical setting with over 350 folk figurines handcrafted with incredible detail. Explore uniquely crafted houses and climb Canada's tallest and grandest treehouse. Enjoy the nature trail and walk an extended boardwalk. With that description, that's exactly what you see and exactly what you get here. You're going to see in a couple frames ahead that I'm actually standing next to the old woman who lives in a shoe. Now, I have a special place in my heart and have for a few years now for that poem, but maybe not in the traditional sense that you're thinking of. We have a book from Christian Mother Goose, and her version of the poem goes something like this. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children and loved them all too. She said, "Thank you, Lord Jesus, for sending them bread," and kissed them all gladly and sent them to bed. Some things that I really enjoyed about going to the Enchanted Forest were how the trails were very groomed. They were really nice to walk on. They were easy to go through. There wasn't a lot of like roots or rocks exposed. They were very manicured and taken care of. And I felt like even with people stopping, that there was still really good flow and a lot of space around if people were exploring. The bathrooms were also really clean and very accessible. As well as I really, really enjoyed the nature trail, and you're going to see a bit of a montage of that now. It was my favorite part. My kids really enjoyed just kind of running around and exploring all the little homes, which I thought were very well done. That was really, really cute how they had a lot of things that were kid-sized, and my kids really, really appreciated that experience. But myself, I loved the nature trail. We appreciated how they had infographics and plants of interest that were labeled and different trees and species. It really made it more of an immersive and educational experience instead of just walking through nature. We could also learn a little bit about our surroundings. I did not realize how similar this was to maybe walking through like Stanley Park and being in Vancouver there. I didn't realize that the trees and the fern and the foliage was all very similar, and it had a bit of a Stanley Park vibe at times for me. You can definitely see that there is a lot of things for kids to see and do and explore while you are here at the Enchanted Forest. As we make our way out of the park and wrap up our busy day here, you can take note that there is a little bit of a fish and a duck pond there that you are able to buy food for, and you can feed them. There is a lovely gift shop full of really neat t-shirts and kind of enchanted, mystical things while you're leaving that you can check out. And I really actually appreciated that tiny little boat that floats in the water, beckoning travelers from the highway to come and stop by. It truly was an unforgettable experience going through the Enchanted Forest, one in which we are all grateful that we got to enjoy together. Back at the campsite, it's time for burgers. Burgers are always a quick and satisfying meal. I am never disappointed when I serve burgers. We were able to eat these fairly quickly and then go enjoy another swim, ending our day at the swimming hole. Day 3 finds us with apple pie oatmeal on repeat, and I know I'm packing a picnic basket again, but I'm a mom and I had to put some emergency snacks and bars and those little bear paws for my baby in my purse just in case for some reason we didn't already have enough food on our outing today. Once we were back in civilization, Kyle was able to check his voicemails and I was able to get another cup of coffee. The kids wanted to go to SkyTrek, which is actually right beside the Enchanted Forest. I didn't think that we would have been able to do the Enchanted Forest and SkyTrek in the same day. I wanted to, but we were unable to. Now, I'm fairly certain that you would totally be able to do both of them in the same day, but I think just because we had children ages 3 all the way up till 16, that because we were just trying to accommodate multiple age groups, it just wasn't doable for our family. But I'm fairly certain that if it's just you and a friend or you and just a couple kids, it would be really easy to get them both done in the same day. They had a great selection of obstacle courses, humongous slides, climbing walls, and different skill level courses for ziplining. My husband took the three big kids up on through the zipline courses, while I hung out with the little kids and the dogs back at this giant obstacle course. It was great because that obstacle course was fun for ages, I believe, 3 through 12. And the kids were all really great. I didn't notice any issues really with kids pushing or running through everyone. Everyone took their turns and looked out for each other. We really appreciated how the staff was fun, knowledgeable, and friendly. And their number one priority there was safety, and they were constantly looking out for you. All in all, it was a really great atmosphere there. The bathrooms were also really, really clean. The pathways were also really manicured and really wide. It did kind of marry into being close to the Enchanted Forest, but it was its own separate park and experience. It was certainly a lot of fun just to make memories with our family and experience and explore here. Wrapping up our day here, everyone had such a great time. We headed back to the campsite where we kind of had a really, really easy dinner of sandwiches and some chips and fresh veggies. I didn't get a shot of that, I apologize. And then we kind of rested a bit. We finished off the evening with another swim at the pond and just enjoyed our last evening there. It is so beautiful. I cannot get over it. It was a little bit buggy here, so every time you do see us outside, we were covered in a lot of bug spray. The mosquitoes were pretty ferocious here, so we, in order to enjoy our time outside, needed to use some bug spray. For our last morning at the campsite, we kept things super simple with cereal for breakfast. Hubby then packed up the campsite while I took the kids out on a last explore and a nature walk to say goodbye. We made our way all around before we jumped back into the van after saying goodbye to the waterfall one last time, and then made the long trek home. There was quite a bit of road construction out this way, so what took 3-hour trips made them into 5-hour trips, so we ended up stopping at McDonald's to let the dogs run around and to get some lunch. Let me know in the comments below if you liked this style of vlog type video. Until next time, friends, take care, be well. Thanks for watching.